Welcome back to the Three and the Key podcast. I am Andrew Allred, and this is my co-host,
John Guerriere.
Today we're joined by a very special guest, a special nepotism edition of the show. Introduce yourself, buddy.
I'm Jay. I'm his brother. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. And this is back row Joe right here.
What's up, guys? It's Tyler. How are y'all? Good.
What a beast.
What a beast. This is actually your second time on the show, Tyler. You want to tell them what happened the first time?
No, not really.
So the video file suspiciously went missing after he had several complaints about the quality of the podcast. So we think he might have deleted it, but
Can I just come and say, Tyler, I thought you had a great episode.
Let me tell you what I think. Clinton, you're going to have some big trouble with the Epstein coming up in a few months, I'll tell you what.
I thought it was a pretty lame episode, to be honest with you. You just talked about his stupid baseball career the entire time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's better than the other ones we've had. I think it's better than talking about basketball the whole time. So,
all right.
I have a question for the host.
Yeah,
What's your question, Tyler?
What was the guy's name that came on here as a rapper?
K. Warren?
Talking about Kyle Warner.
Kyle Warner. Kyle, I challenge you to a rap battle.
Whoa. Whoa.
Are you sure you're ready for that, Tyler?
I'm sure.
You're positive?
I've got the best AI ghostwriter in the world, baby.
I've seen you rap battle. You can handle yourself. You're pretty good. You
Keep
step
it
up.
coming, baby. Bring that heat. Come on.
Oh.
Before we get into this, man, I don't want to be too sappy here, but listen, this guy to my left, or I guess to the right, I don't know.
Left.
Yeah, left. You know, he's my idol. He's my hero growing up, man. Just wanted to be like him. Always want to be like your older sibling, right? I wanted to be funny like him, wanted to be athletic like him. You always look up to your older sibling, just like John looks up to Mia, right? Like I know you wear makeup because she wears makeup. You try on girls' clothes because she wears girls' clothes, right?
The second one is true.
Yeah, everybody does. Was I not supposed to leak that?
No, it's fine. I'm glad it's out there.
That you wear dresses.
I'm glad people know.
Jay and Tyler, y'all seem to have a pretty eventful night last night. You want to get into that?
oh yeah. So I don't know if I should start or if you should start. Do you want to start off?
Well, I just want to preface and say that
You don't know what
Andrew looks up to Jay.
Right?
Andrew looks up to Jay, and Jay looks up to me.
Let's go there.
So
This guy's got a big ego, but it's all right.
I do have a big
got
ego.
one.
It's compensation theory.
No, but you actually look up to me. I mean, I'm taller than you.
I mean, that's fine. But Kendrick looks up to Drake. But who won the battle?
I don't care about that stuff.
I don't either. I'm just
I get it.
just trying to make the culture happy.
So last night?
Last night, okay, so we walked into Uptown Charlie's after going to these two gentlemen's basketball game in which I think John hit a three. It was kind of nice. This guy hit 2 threes, also turned the ball over a couple of times, but we're not going to talk about that. But after the game, we went over to Uptown Charlie's, as we frequently do. We saw Tom.
Shout out Tom.
Yeah, so that's a different story we got to dive into. He's got a crazy father. He's also got a rape charge, but he's a nice guy. But yeah, so we went to Uptown Charlie's. We sat up at the bar to, just get a little drink. And we're right beside this meth head, I think, who loved fighting people. And he told us a lot about it. I don't know if he was full of BS or if you speaking the truth, but he told us about 3 hours worth of fight stories. And I'll let Tyler take it over from there.
Yeah, this guy tells us 3 hours of fight stories and then proceeds to demonstrate on both of us. At one point,
I think I almost got my arm in my sternum and maybe my like parts of my legs broken too. I'm not too sure yet.
Yeah, I'm not lying. I mean, I was trying to get to the trunk of my car so I could, get out something. But he claims that he knows how to take a gun away from anybody, and we were scared. Okay, I was terrified. Jay and I are two beasts.
But he was holding us hostage in the conversation for like 3 hours and we couldn't get out of it, so it was terrifying.
And I didn't even get to tell Jay all the sad parts about my life, so therefore I'm here tonight to do that with you guys.
We didn't get to hear about Uncle John or whatever his Uncle Tom, whatever his Uncle John was. But
different Tom from the Tom we were talking about.
We're not talking about Tom Sr.
No.
You should tell him the story of Tom Sr. How about that one? That's a fun one.
No, I just want this podcast to grow and get views. And let me tell you something.
No, I do too. I want to get at least 12. What's the most views y'all have had on the podcast so far?
Probably like 14. What do you think, John?
You can't expose yourself like that.
No, like 300, Jay. We've done like 300.
Let me tell you guys something.
Let's get 405. Actually, I want 666.
Let me tell you something, guys. They're high schoolers, and they're actually out here every week doing
they
this
grind. I
podcast.
respect it. I respect the grind.
And even if it doesn't come into fruition that they, build a big podcast, this is something that they can carry with them because they persevere and they actually do something. And half of you people that probably make fun of them, you guys don't do shit with your life.
No, they don't at all. No,
So-
I respect it. I respect it. You've got so many kids nowadays who are just strung out on SSRIs, completely hate themselves, have no motivation in life, but these two gentlemen do, and I respect it. So
Yeah, and all you girls that claim to be depressed and take SSRIs.
Girls, here's my thing about girls. I think they're not as smart as
men.
I don't.
Right.
And all, I wouldn't even go that far.
Right.
I don't think girls our age are very intelligent.
And I mean, if you're offended by that, I mean, I'd say you probably are the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like a smart, intelligent girl would not be offended by that.
No, she'd agree and say, yes, sir. Move on. I mean,
Mom, Dad, I love you all.
Mom and Dad watch every single episode.
I know. I'm not being that. I just want a smart, intelligent lady to marry someday, but I'm far away from that. So.
Then why'd you go to UNCW? Hello.
No. It's very valid. I mean, I went there because my back was against the wall. I had to.
no, he didn't.
No, I didn't.
How do you get cornered in a conversation about fighting with a guy who's on meth at Uptown Charlie's? It seems like a you problem. It seems like it's your fault that.
No, so what I did is he was acting like an absolute fool when we sat down, and I was like, "What do you got in that cup, man?" I made a mistake by initiating a conversation with him. I was joking with him, and he's the type of guy who'd probably pull out a gun and shoot me if he didn't offer his welcoming hand. So, I mean, that's what he did as he talked to us, and it was interesting. So.
And for the record, it was Jay that initiated the conversation.
Yeah, it was, which is rare. One of my favorite Tyler stories, I could sit here all day and tell Tyler stories. One day, it was like when we were probably y'all's age or a little younger. It was like when we kind of first started hanging out like outside of school together a lot. We were at Target, like just to grab something, and he saw this guy, and he was like, he went straight up to him, like just marched straight up to him, and he was like, "Man, if you had a face tat and you were bald, you look just like Mike Tyson." Let me tell you what.
One time, my favorite Jay story is we were 16, I think I just got my license, and we went to Rio Grande in Summerfield, and we went in the bathroom, and Jay being Jay decided to piss on my shoes.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny, though. The difference between that is it was funny.
It was funny.
Sounds funny.
It's like when you least expect it, like that's the trick. If you ever just want to mess with somebody, if your buddy ever goes to the stall beside you, just give them a little stream. Just tell them
Pee on their shoes.
Tell them you love them.
And I know this is supposed to be a sports podcast.
I've already learned so many valuable
Let's
lessons.
actually do how much? What time are we at right now? Like 10 minutes.
7 minutes.
Okay,
It's
let's
the
do-
longest 7 minutes.
Until 17 minutes. We'll talk about high school baseball. We'll talk about high school because that's probably where your audience is like soft. What's your audience? What's your target audience? Do y'all do stats like that?
Freshman girls.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Well, we'll dive into baseball. If there's any other questions that freshman girls have, light us up. Light us up like a Christmas tree. We're ready. Tyler's actually sitting in the back so he doesn't crap his pants. He had a bunch of dominoes before this, so he's firing.
He actually has no pants on right now.
No, he
You just
doesn't.
can't see in the camera.
Fun fact about Tyler, he does not like to wear underwear.
You free ball a lot, Tyler?
I have a
And go commando?
sensory processing disorder. I was up in New York. I was visiting one of my family friends. His name's Chavis. Shout out
Justin
Chavis. Not that one, but
Okay.
And in his family, they're very orthodox with their beliefs. And I'm sorry for laughing, but I came up
I
one
know what
time.
you're trying to skate around, and you're not very slick. Let me tell you what.
Anyways, I have not been influenced or infiltrated by any Mossad, CIA. Okay, I have not been infiltrated by Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens. I'm going to say all the names.
All those people.
I'm
I'm a leftist liberal.
I'm going to say all the names on here that I'm not supposed to say and say all the things that I'm not supposed to say because somebody's got to defend your right to say it. And let me tell you what, these people now, oh my goodness, you can't say anything. You say one joke, oh, you're racist. You say another joke, oh, you're a sexist. Oh, we're gonna take you off Twitter. Oh, we're gonna take you off Instagram. Oh, you can't get into school. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't grow up, man. I mean, can you guys get a life other than being offended? Is your whole duty in life to get offended about something? That was my political rant. I'm done. We'll talk about baseball.
Who do you think gets offended specifically?
No. All right, pause. I should look at the camera and say something. Guys, if you're looking for just a down to earth sports podcast with a couple of high schoolers, this isn't the show for you. Okay, I'm sorry.
No. Let's dive into sports. I'm ready.
One more question for the
mark.
host. One more question for the host.
All right, big part of who I am. So let's go.
One more question for the host. How many college athletes have you guys had on the show?
At this point, it would be 2.
And who would those 2 college athletes be?
You 2 guys.
Okay, and you hear that, guys?
That is me.
We're college athletes, and we're sitting in here talking about the political state of the world. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is calling both of us college athletes, dude. Is like, I don't know, dude.
What do you have to? Can you offer it? Can you give us advice? Give us a message.
I'll give you guys some advice.
This is a sports show, and you're the first 2 college athletes we have ever had on the
Let's
show.
dive into that. Okay?
All right, let's dive into it.
I would say I was never supposed to be a college athlete, and I'm never genuinely like maybe when I was a sophomore or junior in high school, it felt like something I could do. But before that, it was just like okay, when you're in high school, when you get into high school and college, you are faced with this question of, do I quit now or do I go even harder? And I just felt like baseball in high school gave me direction, which is why I played it in college. And then you're faced with the question again, do I want to quit right now or do I want to go even harder? And I didn't want to go much harder once I got to college because it's a grind, and you have to deal with coaches who lie to you, who betray you, who bring in other guys who aren't better than you, but they've been given more money. So they've got opportunities that you don't, it's a lot of different things that go on in college, like high school. But I think like learning at a young age to just full send something and devote yourself to like the thought, like high school is the time to do it, right? Like it doesn't matter if you are successful at something, or if you're not, you live with your parents, your food is paid for. Like, what are you really grinding? Nothing. You're not grinding anything.
Well, back to the conversation. So Jay and I had very different paths to college, and in college, he went to a Division I school. I went to a Division III school. I would definitely say that Jay was the superior player, and I'm perfectly okay with saying that.
It's just different. Here's a picture. I was an outfielder.
It's very humble of you, Tyler.
But I will say that we played after my freshman year and his senior year of high school. We played on a summer team together, and we both played really well. And I think for my situation, and I'll let Jay talk about his, I got injured pretty bad my sophomore year of college. I tore my hip labrum, and after getting the MRI and going to doctors, they said that they were not going to provide surgery for me. So I tried to rehab on my own, but I was never able to get back to the level I was at prior to getting hurt. And excuse me, I think that was my time probably to quit and move on to something else. But, I decided to stick it out anyways, and I can't really say I regret it or not. I just think that I was still holding on to it, and it was kind of like, okay, this isn't working out for me. Physically, I can't compete. So I needed to do something else. And I think Jay's story is like somewhat similar, but I'll let him tell it. So like, what's your story, Jay?
What I would say I respect you the most for looking at baseball is the fact that you stayed with it through college and were able. Talk about yourself. What did you end up doing in poli-sci too?
Well, I won an award at my college. I went to Greensboro College, smaller school, but I won like a distinguished student award.
Which is really hard to do. Like the biggest reason I quit was because I was done with it, but also like I felt like it took away from everything else in my life. So I respect him for the fact that he was able to finish school, get into law school, and play baseball for 4 years, because that's like kind of impossible to do. I think for me it was a situation where like everything I've done in my entire life, I've been really into all the way until I'm not anymore. And then it's like, I'll just bag it immediately. Like I kind of have to, it's just a personality flaw I have. But I think what would you want me to say more about?
That's baseball? What I was going to say. Like, that's what we had talked about last episode when we talked about like NIL, just how college sports really are a full-time job. Like there's really not time to do much else. You can't work a job. You can't do this. You can't do that. It really is a full-time commitment.
And you're not like getting paid. Mm-mm. Like that's my thing. Is
a very small percentage.
Like if you want to look at something like once you get to college, you kind of have to look at your life like what's my ROI in this situation? Like
return on investment for all you young folk.
Let's say you became a frat guy, right? Like okay, what's the opportunity cost of becoming a frat guy? It's like, okay, I will have a lot of friends. I'll be surrounded by a bunch of girls who would throw themselves at me. What's my opportunity cost for not doing that? I would be more into school. I would put myself in situations that helped me grow. I would stay in the gym. I would grow in my relationship with God and my religion. I'll figure out what I want to do with my future. So like, I think college, you have to really understand that. And I think like different people are in different situations too. Like the best example I can give talking about this is a buddy of mine actually at Gaston College when I went there called me about a month ago. And, just kind of in a similar situation as to what I was in last year after I quit, where he, quit about a year ago, getting kicked off of the team. And it was just like working at an airport, not doing anything. And then called me and he was like, Jay, like you've always given me really good advice. Like, should I keep playing or should I just send it into real life? And like kind of the trade, I talked to him for a long time about the trade-offs between his decision. And it's like, make a lot of money or go play baseball. He was a way more talented player than I ever was. Like when I was at Gaston, I think he had hit 10 home runs, one of the strongest, most powerful left-handed hitters that I ever played with. Freddie Oliver is his name. I don't think he's playing anywhere right now, but I hope he does. But when I had that conversation with him, like the first thing I told him was, you are so much more talented and gifted, and you really have a chance to make it to the MLB. I didn't feel like I did. I felt like I was never the most athletic player on my team, even in high school or middle school ever. Never the best hitter, never the best outfielder, but I was a really smart player. And I think that can be translated into anything else you want to do in life. But I think like for other people who have just got an absolute gift, whatever it is, maybe you're 6'7" and you're a good basketball player, like go with that, right? Like, or if you've got like God-given like power and strength, or you can throw 95. Like, I think at that point, be honest with yourself, but also don't lie to yourself. Like, and I think a lot of people do that. And I think it's suicidal in ways, right? Like, I think society teaches you to keep doing things or else I'm a loser. Like, what do you hear a lot of people say? Oh, I can't quit. I'm not a quitter. Everyone wants to say that I'm not a quitter. That doesn't make you a winner at all. That doesn't make you smarter than anybody else. That, like there's no, like if you're in a plane and it's crashing, it's, skydiving right into the, like if you jump off, or if you're in a situation where you're going to die, you're bound to fail. Like quitting something doesn't make you a loser. It actually makes you a winner. It actually proves that you have the ability to pivot and that you're, multi-faced, you're three-dimensional as a human being. I think honesty with yourself will take you so far in life if you can figure it out. And I think it's hard for a lot of people, especially in sports, because you're just like, you've got this pot of gold all the way at the top, right? Like I could speak with you too. Like, and both of y'all have had great basketball careers. And I know it's hard and frustrating dealing with coaches who you feel like don't believe in you. But with that being said, it's like what y'all have learned through basketball is like, number one, like, okay, this is a community that like most of my friends have came from. This is a skill that I'll always have, and I can always jump onto a court and be better than the average human being at basketball. Like that will always be a part of who y'all are, even beyond this season. And I think like one thing that I've gotten better about now is like just understanding like this is like, even though I chose to quit it, it's a big part of who I am. So,
question for both of y'all. And this is a pretty general question. Maybe you feel like you've already answered it now, but what do you feel is the greatest misconception that young athletes have coming to college? They got recruited, they're committed somewhere, they're excited about college ball, whichever sport it is. What do you think is the biggest misconception that you see happening a lot?
I think a really, really big misconception is that you're going to play right away. But see, that's a really complicated question. Because up until I believe it was 2022, if you went into a college and you decided to transfer, you'd have to sit out at least a year. Mm-hmm. So transferring was very difficult. It was very time consuming. And it seemed like people had way more of an interest of getting out of school in 4 years, And now with all of the rule changes, NIL being a huge factor, and now players are getting paid. You see, especially at the higher levels and even at the lower levels where I played, you see people constantly coming in, going out, coming in, coming out. And what people don't realize, I think.
Talk about, I'll let you finish, but you can't talk about Division III like it's glorified rec ball. It's not. It's a high level of sport.
I mean, it's hard. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying when I'm talking from the perspective of money, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that's
like
the thing, but
you're not getting.
in
Well,
your situation, you ended up going to school cheaper than most people do.
yeah, well, I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just talking about in terms of the volume of players entering and exiting a school has significantly increased.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be the starting third baseman, or you might be the starting right fielder, or you might be the top bullpen arm. And then even in the winter, like, well, you have fall practice, and there were people coming in the winter who you had no idea were coming in. You know, you do exit meetings in college. And that's a topic that we need to discuss for anyone that wants to be a college athlete. Your exit meeting is one of the most important things that you will do as a college player. But, you know, you have an exit meeting and you figure out where you are and what you need to improve on prior to the season. And a coach will tell you, hey, Jay, you're going to start in right field. Like, we think you're our guy. Well, it's Christmas break and they just brought in a recruit from a Power 5 school. And they're saying, well, sorry, Jay, you know, I know we told you were going to play and now we're starting this guy. And I mean, the turnover is so much. I think you have to go to a school where a coach, you have a real relationship with the coach and you are not afraid to talk to the college coach because they want to know you as bad as you want to be a part of the program because the coach needs to know what type of person they're
As college players, do you blame the coach for that?
I do. I really do blame the coach because I think they fail to take accountability as a businessman, which is what they are. When you're bringing somebody in to take part of your organization, you are essentially recruiting people to be part of your company. Like that, you can't look at it any differently, right? So it's like if you're going to replace somebody and remove somebody else's merit, you've got to take accountability for that. You can't just continue to point fingers. You can't play the blame game because I think like that really screws a lot of people up. And even in my own shoes, like going through those exit meetings, it was never, you're just behind some, like, you know, if I had heard like at Presbyterian, especially like, no, you're a freshman, you'll be good junior or senior year. Like that would have been different than like me knowing that I had the highest batting average in our fall season in my freshman year at Presbyterian. And I had the least amount of at-bats on the whole team that year. And a lot of it had to do with money, like what they had given other guys and the promises they'd made to other guys, regardless of your play, right? So when you're not given fair opportunity and you want to just nitpick and force somebody to feel like it's a physical thing when sometimes it is. But I just wish they felt to be more direct, you know, regardless of, because it's hard to promise playing time until you really meet people, right? Like I understand that. I would never complain about playing time. That's looking back on it, not something I am upset about. I'm just upset about the lies, you know, and the lack of accountability, right? Like they're representing a school, and when you make a school look that bad, like Presbyterian has 900 students. Right. Like when I'm flying my jet over Clinton, South Carolina someday, you know, and I got wife right here, you know, like I'm not going to be thinking about Presbyterian College, but if they treated me well, I would have, you know, and like I still care about that school. I care about Gaston. I care about Northern Guilford, you know, and I think Northern Guilford's going downhill a lot. I've seen that, you know, just from the, like, you know, you take one step inside of it, you can tell from the quality of teacher they have. You know, from the curriculum, from the way they teach history, especially, but more than that, just the athletic departments, you know, like, you know, for a fact, they get more donation and
they're letting on.
Yeah, no, than any other school in Greensboro.
Well, even the revenue. I mean, look at the area.
Like that was our biggest
the property taxes.
I hadn't been to Northern in probably over a year until last night, and I was like, they get so much money. Like, how does this school keep getting worse? That means they don't take care of it. They don't have pride in anything. Like when you do a good job, you've got to take pride in it, right? And when you do a bad job, you've got to hold accountability for it. And I think like in the education system in America and many of our large institutions we have, especially in college, it's hard to do that. It's really hard for you to take accountability because you don't want to lose your job. Everyone's so self-absorbed nowadays, but
did you say college or Congress?
College.
Okay.
I mean, John, like you, how much money have you donated? And we haven't seen. Like, I'll let you talk about it.
I guess the instance that I can remember is you remember freshman year we had that free throw thing and you donated. I made
Like, why do y'all still have those same bleachers?
Yeah.
My butt cheeks are just on fire the whole time.
I made 86 out of 100 free throws in.
Fire butt cheeks.
I think
How much money is that?
my grandma pledged to donate $3 a free throw. My dad was like $5 a free throw. I mean, that's a lot of money right there. And I think all I got was like a pair of basketball shoes. And it's not even
They probably
that-
have cobwebs in them too.
yeah, it's not even that I was upset that I didn't get anything. It's just like the team. We didn't.
Where'd it go? Yeah.
I have no idea where any of that money went. We didn't get
Silly
anything.
look better, you know, like-
And it's not like I was the only one that made a bunch of free throws, bro. Like half of our team made that, and they had money that was pledged. So I don't know. There's just a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Well,
I
I'll
don't
tell
either,
you.
dude.
I don't know. I think that. Well,
Say it.
no, I'm not.
I'll do it. I'll say it. I think
my theory, my conspiracy theory I have, and there is evidence to back this up. I just don't want to talk about it on this specific podcast. I really think, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, I think a lot of the coaches just pocket that money.
what I will say, and I don't care if this gets recorded and every person at Northern Guilford sees this, the athletics department is corrupt.
Who's the AD now? Is it that guy who broke? What was that guy's name?
No, Thomas, he's gone.
What's
But
y'all's AD's name?
drop it in the
Cochran.
comments.
Cochran. He's a good guy, man. I like Cochran a lot.
But I do think that there is a lot of corruption and not a lot of accountability. It's like that it's a predominantly wealthy area.
Just like how do you hold them accountable?
You get
for
a
that,
lot
though?
of
like what do
money.
you do?
Okay, and
Which is
maybe
why it sucks.
and I can't say I can't speak on this, and this is where I'm ignorant and I need to do more research. But I think that the money that is donated needs to be clearly tracked, and it's presented to the school. It's presented to the families, because while it is a public institution, the pledges that you get from all of these families and even the sponsorships. I mean, you have all these companies sponsoring
Yeah.
teams, and it's expensive.
What's wrong with me being in like let's say I ended up living in Summerfield and I had a son in like 20 years and I wanted to donate money specifically for something. Like, why can't I do that? Like, why can't I, as a parent, decide I'm going to pay my own hard-earned money on new bleachers or a batting cage?
Can you do that?
I don't think you can. I really don't.
I will say, I've been to a few like athletic boosters meetings, and I know like the big teams, like football gets a percentage of everything. I'm pretty sure basketball does.
Now, is that percentage based on revenue? So like ticket sales and
I have
all
no
of that?
idea
Like,
what
I'm
it's
assuming
based
it would
on.
probably be based on that.
It's got to be on
It's gotta be based
the
on
output. Yeah.
And like when you think about it, when you think about financially, what makes most sense for schools is based on critical mass, because it's not fair to give the sport that has the most seats and you know is in a league of its own in terms of like it being fall and school has just started and everyone's on the hive. We just got into school.
No, I mean, yeah, I understand why football gets a portion of everything. I mean, they're the ones who probably earn us the most revenue out of all the teams. I mean, everyone.
Well, and it's just the most expensive in terms of you have a lot of players, a lot of equipment,
Mhm.
But I mean, like,
heavier travel. I mean,
like,
it's
what were you like when you're in high school? What does everyone do on Friday nights? Everyone goes to the games. If you don't go to the high school games, you're a loser. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're bottom of the barrel. Like,
You guys heard it here
what I
first,
will
man.
say
in my
is
position, like if I felt like I didn't go to a high school football game, I feel like such a loser.
what are the ticket prices now, though? I mean, we went last night. It was like
I think
$11 a ticket.
9.
Like that's like
9
Greensboro
for-
Grasshopper
yeah.
tickets.
Same lunch lady, shout out to her.
Yeah, we used to ask her for cheese dogs every day, and she gets so mad.
We're not talking about her. We're also not talking about the bus drivers.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think it.
Playoffs tickets get bad, right?
Yeah, so I know it was 9. I'm pretty sure it was hovering around 8 or 9 for regular season, and then as we inch towards playoff games, I think I paid $16 for a second round playoff ticket. Just, I mean, it's a playoffs. I get that, but to double the price just because it's a playoff game, I don't know about
I
that.
think what they did too was they gave us like student season passes for the regular season, and I think they knew at some point they realized like, oh, we're losing a lot of money doing this or something. Maybe they had raised enough
Using money for putting on a free event.
Maybe they raised enough for it, but still, I think
Like, how does that work?
what I'm trying to get at is I think in the playoffs they kind of bumped up the prices because they knew we weren't paying for games.
I mean, I don't. I don't know if it was Northern that bumped it up. I think it was the state football board or whatever, NCHSA or whatever. I don't really know what that stands for, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the ones who dictate the state playoff prices.
And the bottom line is like everyone is just sick of all of the politics in your little high school sports. Mm-hmm. Everyone's sick of you not being transparent, and it's so obvious. And like all of you coaches and people involved, and you know exactly who you are, who did not think that everyone else was talking crap about you and knew what was going on. Everybody was. Yeah. Everyone knew what was going on, and everyone knows what goes on. It's blatantly obvious.
The people like that, their sons were never the best player.
And even so, I mean, I don't fault the kid for that. I fault parents. I fault coaches. I fault the entire, because ultimately, you know, even athletic directors, and I'm not accusing Thomas of anything specifically. I'm just saying, they are going to do whatever they can to get money in, and ultimately whatever has to be done to make sure that money comes in, they will do.
I mean, that's what their job performance is based on, right? It's not how good the sports is going. It's not how good the teams are. It's probably money bringing in, you assume.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but like the revenue from ticket sales and all of the athletics isn't what pays his salary. You know, he's an employee of Guilford County Schools and therefore is paid for by the taxpayer. Yeah.
No, I mean, they've got more job security. I mean, I don't think
so it has nothing to do with his.
Their job is to regulate sports and to make sure everything's fair, which is a joke to even say.
And by fair, if you're using equity as a model, you need to get out, because you're telling me that you think a sport that has no one come to it and no admission, like tennis, like who's paying to go see tennis? And I'm not hating on tennis players. I'm just saying, you know, football should get more money because they raise more money. You know, it's the same argument with the WNBA and the NBA, and there's nothing wrong with saying it. I mean, the WNBA loses money every single year, and they're all wearing shirts saying that we should be paid the same. You know, it's the same argument with allocation of funds for athletic programs, but it's not about the allocation and where it goes for each sport, and more about the fact of people making donations, especially people that may have a conflict of interest. You know, it's the same thing in real estate, in law, in politics. You know, you're making donations to something that you're also a part of, or taking money from, or working deals for. You're always going to be in the spotlight of possibly being in a conflict of interest. And that's the situation that you had and still have at Northern Guilford High School. And plus, the first year or second year they were a school, they illegally recruited a lot of players, cheated to win a state championship. And I'm sure that cheating has gone on since then, by the way.
Did they get caught? Did they?
Yeah, they did. The coach had to resign, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know.
I mean, that's why everyone hated us. That's what all the coaches would say all the time, is that they hated Northern because we cheated, right? We were cheaters, yeah. And they love to harp on that. But if you're all are okay with it, I want to escape sports for a minute and talk about life after sports. I know for a lot of people who went to that higher level, that transition can be tough. But I just want to hear about that.
I think it's so much better. I think it's so much better and so much more freeing. I think for both of us, especially just being as injured and as beat up as we were by the time we quit, like mentally, it's like the biggest burden has been lifted off of your life. It gives you the ability to think freely and to really ask yourself, what are the most important things in your life? So I started going to this church group actually at UNCW about 3 weeks ago, and this past Tuesday, we did an activity right at the beginning, and it was what we had to do is we had to write 10 things down that it's like, these are absolutes in my life. And then after everyone had done it, so it's like have a family, have kids, get married, make a lot of money, maybe go see this country, just whatever like that. Like, I've got to do this before I die. And then after everyone had done it, they removed, our leader removed 7 of those, and they were like, if 7 of those things were removed and never happened, if you never had a family, if you never had kids, if you never got the job of your dreams, like how would you feel about yourself? Right. And I think that is a really good metaphorical way to explain how I felt when I was playing baseball, right? Where it's like, you've got to sacrifice everything else just to hit this one button. And for me, I think anybody should take whatever level they got to. It's like, I got to this level and I'm so proud of that, and it really, and just take the good times and run with it. Right. I think I don't ever miss playing. I don't ever really think about like any moments I had on the field or any accomplishments I made, but I frequently think about like how sick it was to just be on the bus, like with our group of guys we had, because like those are some of the best times of my entire life. Genuinely, like just what y'all have right now, like with the friends that you have on the team, like those are some of the best times of your entire life. And even like when I think about Ben now, it breaks my heart to think about. Like I've got so many pictures and videos on my phone of us just being goons on the bus, and like those are the best times. Like those genuinely are the best friendships you will ever have in your entire life. But I think like once you come away from baseball or basketball or sports as a whole, you figure out who you are, right? Like, was this your end all be all? For me, it wasn't, right? Like it was never my final battle. It was just something that I did, and was able to do, but. I don't know. I think I just take the good times and run with it, and understand that the level of motivation, I guess, or motivation or whatever I have now, I can just do things for hours on end. That I think a lot of that stems from baseball.
Discipline.
Question for both of you. One at a time, just go answer it. What is one way? I know there's been a lot of hard times. What's one way you felt fulfilled in your baseball career as a person?
You go first.
I felt like that's a little bit of a loaded question, because I felt like I had a lot of people who I really needed to be grateful towards that really did help me and believe in me and support me and care for me. And two of those people are my parents. And I did feel fulfilled to hear my parents say, like, son, you gave it everything you had and you did the best you could, and it didn't go the way you wanted it. But ultimately, we're proud of you for how much work you put in and how much you sacrifice and how you still did well in school and how you maintain relationships and all of those things. I really felt kind of like fulfilled in that regard. I felt fulfilled in college, especially serving as someone that freshmen and younger players could talk to and really instill in them, because I had two really, really good older guys in college who were mentors to me and really, really took me in under their wing. And I wanted to give that same level of love and loyalty to those guys. And I really think helping them, even when I wasn't on the field a lot, I felt like that was very, very fulfilling. And also taking what I learned from baseball, which is a lot of it, obviously, it's failure. A lot of it is discipline. A lot of it really is not allowing something that isn't your relationship with God. And I mean, he touched on it too. Not allowing something that isn't your relationship with God to dictate your identity. I think I really felt fulfilled with baseball when I stopped allowing it to be an idol and when I stopped allowing it to dictate my identity as a human being. Because ultimately, all of the guys we played with, our age, Josh DeLawyer, James Newsom, Jackson, like they were really good players, and we were all competitive in high school. But I guarantee you, if any of us saw each other now, we wouldn't even really talk about baseball. Like maybe, like I'd just be happy to see you and be like, yeah, I had good memories with you.
I would say like it's crazy to me now, like the random texts or calls I'll get of like guys who I played with who like just love me and want to like ask how I'm doing and will seek advice. And it's like, I didn't even realize I got that close to you, bro. Like, I thought we were just on the same team, but it's crazy. Like I guess the impression that, it's like a brotherhood, right? I think like the most false sense of fulfillment I felt during my whole time playing was probably like right after I committed. I think like, so I committed to Presbyterian in like August or September of my senior year. And that entire year, I just remember like feeling this like sense of like, I'm such a like dog of a human being, like I'm so untouchable and my ego is up here and I don't care about anything because I'm the, and it's like, it's toxic. It really is. And I think like you can't like further I got into like being done with it, like the more I opened up as a teammate and like really became a dope teammate. And like I think when I went to Gaston mentally, even subconsciously, if I didn't know it, like I was kind of done with baseball. Like I knew it was coming to an end. But that year, I was just so close to those guys. I got so close to like a lot of the freshmen. I was a sophomore at the time, but I got so close to a lot of the freshmen and worked really hard with them and like just cherish like the views of the sport that I feel like I had when I was really into it. And it's dope to like just see like people still doing it and help them out. You know, like I definitely want my kids to play sports and things, but it's fulfilling. You know, knowing that I have the friendships that have been made and those last a lifetime. You know, really.
Andrew, who do you feel like you've been a mentor for in your career at Northern Guilford?
Truthfully, I mean, I don't really. I'm not a leader in the traditional sense. I think what I've been able to show people is I've always brought a sense of fun to practice, like those just grueling 7 a.m. practices that no one wants to be at. Walking in, you know, playing something on the speaker, just having fun. Like I think having guys come in, like I guess the class next year that'll be the senior class next year. I think they've learned a lot from me and you. Like just when things aren't going great on the court, making sure that things are going great off the court. You know, constantly and trying to bring joy into every little thing that we can.
What is your go-to song if you're trying to get everyone hyped? Like, can we go around and everyone say their go-to song?
Go-to song?
I'm going to have to think about that one for a second.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Like a hype song for a group or just like if I'm trying to get locked in? Like you got to pick one.
Well, I mean, I was on Aux.
I was a huge Key Glock guy when I played baseball. Like, I don't know why. Like literally Key Glock, Carter's Son by Young Boy. I love that song. Drake.
I hate Young Boy.
What was the song that was like that came out? Dude, what was the song that we used to listen to on the Luckies?
It was
Promo
Pooh
or
Shiesty.
something.
No, it was Pooh Shiesty.
No, Pooh Shiesty was great too, but it was a Drake song.
If it was a Drake song,
I was on Aux at the beginning of the year.
It was Jimmy Cooks. It was Jimmy Cooks.
Jimmy Cooks. It was. I remember. So we had this guy named Zay, who was our center fielder, and Jimmy Cooks had played, and I'd never heard that song before, and I can play it after this. But I was like, "What is this?" And he looked at me like this, like squinted his eyes, looked at me, and he's like, "I think it's called Gorilla." From Memphis. It was so funny.
Jay, I don't understand. I think it's the most unfair thing in my life that you are good at basketball.
I think I'm an athlete. I think I'm a competitor. I think what I am good at doing is just I've watched so much basketball. Like I've never liked watching baseball, and I'm not a great basketball player, but like I think like it's so weird though. Like the best I ever play basketball, honestly, in my entire life is when I don't play for 6 months, and then like the first time I pick up a ball, I'm lights out, and then the more I play, the worse I get. But it's because I watch a lot of basketball. Like I never liked watching baseball ever. I really didn't. Like maybe when I was really young.
I mean, the commissioners kind of screwed the MLB up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
talk about that idiot.
You know, here's the problem with baseball is that like they don't have a salary cap, right? So like you're gonna have a team in
the Dodgers have everybody.
Yeah, like the Yankees will have everybody, the Mets will have everybody.
Yeah.
It's slow. There's no way that you can modify the game to make it any more enjoyable. But I make the same argument for football. I only watch fourth quarters of football games because I think football is incredibly boring. I think it's just a bunch of guys just like smacking their heads.
I just don't think there's longevity in either of them anymore.
No,
I was watching
the shelf life of these guys.
I think this is a bold prediction, but I think in the next 20 to 30 years, we're going to see the fall of American sports as we know it. And I think a lot of things. I think sports will be irrelevant in 30 years.
I disagree, but I think
they're boring.
I was watching an MLB game the other day, and the entire time the camera, no, it was like a while ago, but the entire time the camera was on the infielder. The entire time, like
was
it
it Ellie De La
They're
Cruz?
trying to make it more relatable because it's just like.
But that's not what people. Well, that's not what people want.
Okay, so everything's got their different niche, right? So like the NBA, what draws people towards the NBA is like you got your superstars,
The storylines.
right? Like you've got your superstars. Like what have we seen in the last 10 years? Every team has a guy now who scores 25 a game and could be an all-star if their team's good. So like it's more about like the superheroes of, you know what I mean? Like the LeBron James and the Steph Curry. Like you watch the NBA to watch those guys, you watch the NFL because you get to the Super Bowl and it's great and it's the most watched thing on television every year. I think what baseball's competitive advantage is, in my opinion,
It's the American sport.
yeah, like going to a baseball game is so dope, and none of us can really speak on that to the max because we've never lived in a city that's had baseball games. But like,
True.
how many people who don't even know anything about baseball or like baseball? It's like, let's go to a baseball game because
Peanut butter.
bro, it's fun to do. You know what I mean? Like everyone, like going to a baseball game is a great experience. Going to a baseball game is better than going like a professional game is better than going to an NFL game.
You ever been to an NFL game?
No, I haven't. But
How would you know?
Because I can tell you right now that going to a Panthers game and just watching a bunch
You ever been to a Cowboys game?
just smacking their heads into
You ever
each
been to
other.
a Cowboys game in Arlington?
No, but people don't get into it the same. Like as you're like, oh, you can't do that though. Like that's saying you ever been to a Yankees game? You ever been to a Lakers game? Like let's take that out of here. Like
Saying people don't get into it though is incorrect.
would you rather go to a Pittsburgh Pirates game or go to a Jacksonville Jaguars football
The
game?
Jaguars.
I mean, or what was the worst team this year?
The Cowboys. Well,
Was it the Bears?
yeah, the Bears did really good
Was it
this
the
year.
Bears? No, the Bears are really
Who
good.
sucked? Like
Who am I thinking of? Browns
The
are pretty
Jets
bad,
suck.
right?
You can just kind of go to
Cardinals
it's
are
like
pretty bad.
Saints. It's like
Cardinals.
it's like just going and doing something, right? Like people just go to baseball.
I think baseball is very indicative on the seating. If you get good seating in a
it's
baseball
cool to go to a
game,
baseball game. You might
it's-
catch a foul ball or something.
It is kind of reactive. I don't know.
I
I
can't
feel
catch
like
a foul ball in a football game. Can you catch a foul ball in a basketball game? No, you can't.
I think basketball
is that
the
the
best
only
to
reason you watch
watch.
sports to catch foul balls?
No, I think that's a big reason that you would want to go to one though, is because it's interactive. Going to a baseball game is cool. You get to see fireworks.
I think the T-shirt tosses and like all the stuff they do in between innings is entertaining.
Yeah, I like it all.
I like that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, monkey bars for the kids. Everything, dude. I mean, it's a great time. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
How much? So you said we have 54 minutes.
Football's always going to be the biggest sport, though, because, I mean, look how big people got into the Panthers' playoff run this year. They
we
got
live
to
in
the
North
playoffs.
Carolina.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, I think if the Hornets made it to the playoffs,
Because that's
that
the thing. Okay, so the
God forbid we had a baseball
the
team.
reason that people like football is because it's organized chaos and it's sanctioned, like aggressiveness, right? So like when you've got both of those things going, but you've also got somewhat of like a skill based like sport or art that you can learn. Like I don't see as much to an art form with football as I see with basketball at all. I don't see as much of an art like when you watch golf or tennis or baseball or basketball. It's like these are some of the best athletes in the world. I don't feel the same way about football. You know,
It's valid. Tyler, you could have played football in high school. Weren't you about
that guy
to?
who's trying to live forever.
Say it again.
Weren't you about to play football in high school?
Yeah, Coach Westberg wanted me to be able to.
Tyler, what do you
Coach
think about
Westbrook's
that guy who's
talking
trying to live
everybody.
forever?
Which one? George Soros?
No, Brian Johnson.
I know who you're talking about.
What about Chad Johnson?
What do you think about him?
Dude, I think he's weird, man. I think living forever is probably the scariest thing you
Stop
can
trying
do.
to play God, you transhumanist
No,
weirdo.
I think there's a lot of benefits to dying.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
yeah.
humanity. You know? Like when you're at your time, right? Like I think what you should shoot for is living a.
I mean, I think once you think about living forever for more than like 10 seconds, you're like, that would suck. That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
See, I don't think about it like that. I just think
But I
like
think it's like a fear-based thing. That
Where you
like, a
just
lot of
watch
people-
everyone go that you've
Yeah.
hung out with, bro.
Can I
That'd
talk
be
about that for a second?
Hold on. Let me go first. I have 2 older siblings. I have 1 younger sibling. I get anxiety thinking about which sibling goes first, you know? Which sibling goes like
it's probably
that
going to
just-
be you.
Maybe, who knows, with my
Yeah.
cocaine
I'm
addiction.
still 120, so.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like, but I think that just like seeing everyone go, like John said, would be horrible. I think living forever is an awful idea. I think the obsession with trying to get younger is so harmful and like immature. It doesn't make any sense to
But
me.
I think like there's nothing wrong with at a young age, or at any age, right? Understand and I think it's a lot of this is based on faith, but I think like understanding, like I think everyone has a time in their life that they understand that they are doomed no matter what, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And I think like once you can fully grasp that, it is the most freeing thing you can ever.
Well, I think like my kind of resolution, I guess, or just like I'm trying to enjoy my days. I'm trying to really live my days out because I feel like in recent years in high school will do this to you. You kind of feel like just, all right, that day's done, and they kind of blend together in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so I'm really trying to enjoy and make every single day intricate in some kind of unique way.
That's going to be really hard in like the last 2 months, I would say. I mean, my first semester in college, I took all of last year off. In my first semester of college, I just worked and did school, and everything I did was so boom, 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 just regimented, and I do the same thing, and
you get that routine.
But it's you can find some comfort in that, but you're never gonna really experience life, and you're never gonna really understand who you are too.
It's really comfortable until it's not, really right? I mean, it blurs together after a while, and that's a scary thing. I mean, I don't know. I think my worst fear now has gotten looking back at my years as a 17-year-old and be like, oh, that was just a blur. That's horrible. You only get to. But
that comes from tension. Just being super focused about that. I felt the same way my first 2 years of college. And last year I was if you just kind of play it like a video game. I don't know if he pooped his pants. Grew up back there.
It's something. I don't know.
But if you could just be intentional about every day, just I think what God calls us to do ultimately is to live every single day like it's our last, and to not think about tomorrow.
Like Jesus is
and
coming back.
To focus on completing every task you have for that exact same day. But we've got 2 minutes left. This was a great time. I hope I didn't say anything bad. I don't think I did, but no, it's a lot of fun. We should do this again. We'll do it again soon.
You want to say a quick something to just sign us off?
Maybe.
Or
Tyler, you got anything you want to say?
You won't be a back row Joe next time. We'll have a better setup and it'll be good. But I hope we do some views on this. Or maybe it should have been funnier next time. I don't know.
I mean, the bottom line was we cut up, we have fun, we talk about sports. At the end of the day, you guys can get your feelings hurt and stay mad, but you know what?
No one's trying to cancel you,
Peace,
Tyler.
happiness. Well, yeah, not me.
You don't have to dig a platform. Nobody's trying to cancel you.
We do have a big platform.
No, I want to.
Perception is reality, Andrew. Let's build this thing.
No, what I think y'all should do, I like what he said about figuring out what your niche is and really hitting that hard, or making it random, in which case you just gotta have a bunch of different type of people on here.
We also want to hear from the viewers. What do you guys think?
No, but this was so smooth. I didn't know at all what this was going to be like, but it was so smooth, and it made me realize this is something that you could do a lot. You could rip it 4 of these in a week, probably.
Yeah.
I had a great time listening.
But we need to figure out how to make this longer. Yeah, dude, it was great. We need to
just flows. Yeah.
We need to figure out how to make this guy longer. I don't what's the platform y'all are using?
Podcast. We hate podcasts.
Yeah, it sucks.
Screw podcasts.
Screw it.
Podcast, you're a terrible company.
Podcast, we hate you.
If you want to come and sue us, we've got better lawyers than you have.
We got Tyler Lamar.
We're only using your platform because we have to. We hate you.
Yeah, but let's get this let's do a 3-hour something.
Yeah,
eventually.
Let's get this wrapped up, guys. John, sign us.
All right, yeah.
One word to describe each other, okay?
One word to describe Jay: sexy. One word to describe Tyler: sexier. One word to describe Andrew: chopped.
We got 14 seconds here.
One word to describe Jay: legendary. One word to describe Tyler: